Writing assistant is an agent that actually writes different types of emails, tweets, text messages, what have you. And then it has several agents evaluated. And based on the evaluation results, it can actually rewrite it as an improved content. For example, here's a funny email for asking for time off in the busiest work week. Permission to temporarily evaporate during the craziest week ever, says the subject line. I hope as we gear up for what promises to be ultimate test of our resilience and sanity, I want to float a teeny tiny, barely noticeable request your way. So this was it, and then the agents have reviewed it. We can actually see the evaluations right here. And for example, it said the clarity needed some improvement, and they made suggestions. It says here the tone consistency. It says the email is intended to have a humorous tone, but it asks for if the manager would appreciate that humor and a brief apology. So it measures it by 5 different criteria and then rewrites it if it doesn't pass an average score. So this is a multi-agent system where there's a writer and then there are multi-agents that are evaluating it. The code files, we'll be reviewing the code files for this step by step. And because I wrote this in multiple steps, and the code files for this will be available at my Patreon. Like I said, you can find the link in the description and in the comment. But also, I actually built this in a live stream, and now that live stream is available at my 1000x cursor course with 26 chapters. And I'll be at the end, I'll be previewing the first 15 minutes of how I built this. If you like it, you can actually purchase the full course with 26 chapters. Okay, so let's run this actually and see how it works as well. The writing agent's final file is the file that actually runs this. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and run it. When we run it, it's going to ask us what type of content we're looking for, such as tweet, email, text message. Let's say a text message, and enter the topic. Let's say I think I had one. Apology for not making the birthday party. Let's pick that. We can enter a desired tone. Again, let's say funny. You can also enter any additional context if you want it. Let's say friend's name is Jane. Okay. So now it's generating this. And after it's been generated, it's been evaluated for clarity, engagement, tone, consistency, originality, and platform fit. Platform fit meaning, in this case, it's going to be if it's appropriate for the email or for the person. It found out that the content scored below threshold. Now it's going to generate a rewrite. We can actually see the original content. It says, "Hey Jane, I'm so sorry for missing your spectacular birthday bash. I assure you it wasn't due to lack of love for cake, confetti, or the amazing company." So it said this, and after improvement, it said, "This is the rewritten content. I miss your legendary birthday bash, but not for the lack of cake enthusiasm. I assure you." Yeah, and it wrote it. We can actually go to the generated content and the text messages, and we can actually see because we write these to file as well. We can also take a look at this evaluation right here. It actually clarity got a score of 5. It says messages direct in its apology explanation. It uses humor. It didn't have any suggestions though. Engagement got a 5 and didn't have any suggestions. Originality got some suggestions. Consider adding a humorous personal anecdote, and I believe it has done that. If we go to the rewrite here, last one, series of unfortunate rewrite. Yeah, here, this one. Flashback to our last party, for example, it added that anecdote. So this is great. You can use it to generate emails, text messages, Instagram captions, and such and so. You can actually modify it to actually have more content. So let's begin by reviewing the code. I would like to take a moment to talk about the benefits of becoming a patron. As some of you may know, in the last year and a half, I've spent 3,000 hours, over 300 projects as a patron. You will have access to all the code files so you can get inspiration and iterate quickly. Another benefit is that you'll have access to all my courses. and my most recent and most proud one, the 1000X Masterclass, teaching what I've learned on how to code fast and efficiently. Also the Streamlit course and the Fast API course. In my Patreon, I also have tiers in which you can connect with me one-on-one. Check those out as well. We're going to go step by step so you can easily follow. Final files are the model final, content evaluator final, and writing agents final. This is how you run it. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and review it. Like I said, you can find code files at my Patreon. Link is in the description and the comment. And I actually have a full walkthrough video on how I built this. If you hang till the end of the video, you can watch the first 15 minutes of it. That's part of my 1000X cursor course. So we started writing a writing assistant. Actually, if you look at the .cursor rules file, I have the structured output example here because that's what we're using all throughout. And here we are defining the content types as email, text message, LinkedIn post, and Instagram caption, and writing content pedantic structured modal, which we're going to pass to the model, is going to have content, tone, and word count. And then writing assistant is a class which is going to use OpenAI. We're going to create subdirectories for each content type, and generate content is going to take in different system prompts for each one. There we go. So we dynamically determine the system prompt. And when we're calling the model, GPT-4o, we insert the proper system prompt, call the writing content, pedantic class for structured output. And then when we get it, we save it to file, and with the save the file function, which is going to timestamp it, sanitize its topic at the appropriate file extension. If it's email, it actually does EML, but you can use text. Yeah, and then it writes it. Interactive generate is going to print all the available content so you can choose from it like this, and then it's going to pretty much ask for all the information like topic, tone, additional content, and then generate it and save it to file. So that's what it does. In the second attempt, everything remains the same except we have an evaluation agent. So as you can see, we have a content evaluator class along with new pedantic models for the structured output for that. So content evaluation is the one that we're going to pass into the model. Actually, we are. Oh, yeah. So each one of these clarity, engagement, tone, consistency is going to be of type evaluation score. And that's going to include a reasoning, then a score, and then suggestions. Rest of it is actually the same here. And here in the content evaluator, we are using async OpenAI to evaluate in parallel. And system prompts says evaluate the clarity and readability, engagement, and tone consistency. So at first, we are only using 3 criteria. And we input that along with the content and the content type. And if there's tone consistency, then we insert the tone consistency into the message as well. And then we call GPT-4o with the evaluation score. And then we evaluate the content by creating an async.io task list, and then calling it with async.io.gather, then get the evaluations as a dictionary, and then we return it with a timestamp, and then we save the evaluations, and the writing assistant remains exactly the same. We do have a build prompt method, which is going to build a prompt for content generation. Please create content about this topic, desired tone. If there is additional context, we add that to the prompt. And then please provide the content in clear, well-structured format appropriate for the platform. And then we have this method, generate content async, which is going to call each one of our models for writing, and then evaluate and save the file. Essentially, yep, that's it. Interactive generate async is going to actually take in all the user inputs and run everything, as a matter of fact. Okay, in the third one, but in the second one, we were only evaluating, and we're not doing anything with it. And in the third one, writing assist with eval and rewrite, we'll actually do everything the same, except here you can see we are also preparing the evaluation summary to be saved properly. But here in this case, we are actually going to ask the model to actually improve it this time around. You are now improving content based on specific evaluation feedback, and we insert a system prompt, which is the original system prompt, and we pass in the original content, tone, and content type, and evaluation feedback from all agents, and then we ask it to rewrite the content addressing evaluation. Okay, and we call the content rewrite, which is pretty much the same. It also returns the original content. I guess we didn't have to. Okay, and another thing is here, when we are actually evaluating, we evaluate the score, make sure the average score is actually above 8. If it is actually above 8, then we accept it. We don't get a rewrite. If not, only then. If it is below 8, then we only get a rewrite. So after making it this far, actually, I built this entirely in Cursor using the new Sonnet model that was just released, which works like a charm. We've split it into 3 different files, which is one is the content evaluator, and then the models, and the writing agents final. So let's begin with the models here. This is where we have all our Pydantic models, like the content type, writing content, evaluation score, content evaluation. As you can see now, we've expanded this to have clarity, engagement, tone, consistency, originality. And if you go back to the writing assist, we'll also see that now we have more system messages for different agents. We may not have it here, but we definitely have it right here. Okay, right? So we are going to be importing all our models from here for structured outputs. And the writing agent actually is going to import all those models and then also the content evaluator. So before we look at this, let's actually look at the content evaluator final. If we go back, see, we create a base evaluation agent for clarify prompt, engagement prompt, tone, consistency, originality, and platform. We're going to actually expand on these a little bit later. And when we are evaluating the aspect, the prompts are going to be separate for each one. But not only that, we also are going to create a tweet evaluation agent. And each, for example, the tweet evaluation agent's clarity prompt is going to be different than, let's say, if I email evaluations agent's prompt. So if you look at the tweet evaluation, we evaluate the clarity. Is the message immediately clear? Does it use appropriate hashtags, for example? We go back down to email evaluator. It says, is the structure logical, easy to follow? Are paragraphs concise and well organized? So each agent actually, so we have a specialized agent for each category, and each one of these agents have a specialized prompt for that task, such as for clarity, engagement, tone consistency, originality, and platform fit. So there's a long list of these, one for email, also for text message evaluation. For example, here in this case, we're checking for abbreviations appropriate and understandable for clarity. One for LinkedIn and Instagram, so on such. And then the content evaluator is going to manage all of these, initialize the agents, and then get the appropriate evaluation agent for the task, evaluate the content. This is again, we're using async.io. For all of the aspects we want to evaluate for, run it with async.io.gather and return it at dictionary. As you see, this is very same. The rewrite content method is in this one, where we get an eval summary along with its scores, and then we ask the agent to rewrite it, right, with the content rewrite. So, and then we also have the save evaluation method here. So after having looked at these, now we can finally look at writing agents final, which is going to import all of these and bring it together. Base writing agent is going to get the same build prompt, which is going to dynamically customize, generate content, and write it. Tweet agent is going to essentially get a base system prompt. You're a social media expert crafting engaging tweets. This is how to write, right? This is the system message that's going to go into this. Email agent gets one, text message agent, LinkedIn, and Instagram agent. Okay. And here we initialize each agents and define the extensions. And we just save everything in the file. And then we say rewrite to file. and now we generate the content in async. Okay, yeah, save the evaluation. And if we need to rewrite, that is, if the score is below 8, then we call for a rewrite of the content. And we also generate a content ID based on date time. Yeah. So, and the rest of it is just taking the user input and displaying the results. Yeah, that's about it. So this is really great. I think there's a lot of great ideas. The main focus of this was not to just get a writing assistant, but also create a generalizable evaluation system. I hope I was able to explain it clearly that you can have these types of evaluation agents that are working on many different tasks. Key here is obviously we use structured outputs to make sure that we can parse through all the outputs, especially when you're evaluating. You may get different kinds of scores and descriptions and reasonings. Also, the system message, the prompt that is for each type of evaluation and also for each type of agent that is going to be evaluating. Okay, so this is about it. And if you do enjoy my content, I would like to invite you to visit my website, echohive.live, where you can find all my content for free, all my YouTube videos. You can watch any one of them. If any one of them strikes your fancy, and if you do decide to become a patron, you can download the source code to any one of them. Just find the one that you're interested in, click on this, and it'll take you to, and you will find the project files. If the post, yeah, take a look. There's over 350 of these here. And if you're interested in learning Cursor, I've been coding with it for over 3,000 hours. Check out my 1000x Cursor course. Right now has 26 full app building walkthrough videos, including the one for this video, and 26 chapters, over 16 hours of content. You can watch the first chapter for free and preview each chapter for 2 minutes. And as you can see, the latest one is the one building the writing assistant with evaluation agents. That's about 1 hour long. I hope you enjoy this. And if you'd like to get in touch with me one on one, if you need help with your projects, I do have consulting tiers at my Patreon. Take a look at those as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, everybody. Today, we'll be building a writing assistant, but the main focus will also be on the evaluators, which will be evaluating the writing, provide some feedback. We'll be using OpenAI structured outputs for this. So we're going to define some Pydantic models, define different types of tasks for like X post or text message, stuff like that. And we actually going to build this from scratch, but this is just to show you the process we'll be taking. And so, the agent will consider many things and write emails, X posts and things like that. And evaluators, multiple evaluators will evaluate it based on different criterias. For example, for an X post can be engagement potential, stuff like that. And then we'll be building this. And we'll also be testing the new 3.5 Sonnet model and how to use it on. We'll see how it works because really is great. Okay, I'm just going to delete all of this and start from scratch. So I have tried it, and the new Sonnet is amazing, but it can be a little bit hard-headed. So let's start with a .cursor rules file, and let's grab the code example from OpenAI Docs for structured output because it's just going to make our life so much easier. Let's grab this and bring it back to cursor. Let's paste this and say we will be using this. Actually, let me use the voice assist. We'll be using this API call exactly this structure exactly. Response format has to be a pydantic object, and you can just use GPT-4o model without the date in the end. Okay, let's insert this. Let's fix this. GPT-4o. Let's see if it'll follow that. Okay, so this is all we need really here. And then let's do one underscore writing assist.py. Let's begin with that. And let's bring up our chat, clear it. We could use Composer, but we'll actually bring in the Composer later. I do have 3 point latest sonnet selected. So now let's ask for a writing assistant. Please, using the sample API call, create a writing assistant which can write different types of text for different kinds of occasions, such as an X post, text message, email, and a few more. Okay, let's just start with this and see how it does. LinkedIn post, Instagram post, sure. It's going to say tweet. So it's going to generate a topic, content type, tone, additional content. Okay, it's going to do this, but let's also say, let's save the results into files. Let's also add that real quick. Okay, just use GPT-4o, but it's using the response format as the pydantic object, so that's good. Let's copy this, put it here. Oh, it hadn't finished. All right. So this is it. Hopefully it is writing the files. It seems like it. Let's run this and see what is it taking user input. Let's ask it to take user input to specify a task. Forgot to mention that. And see, this is where the apply comes in because the latest sonnet is a bit lazy, but cursor's apply really works incredibly with it. Okay, let's apply this instant apply. Let's run it real quick and see what it does. Available content types, let's say an email. Enter topic asking for a raise from the boss. So desired tone. Let's say sarcastic. I'm not sure. Yeah. So any additional content? Let's skip that. JSON schema is not supported. Yeah, I think it changed the API call. Oh, sorry. It didn't. We just had to update the model. Sorry about that. We did say email topic is asking for a raise, sarcastic, no comment, generating the content. It already created all these folders, which is nice. Yeah. Look at this topic asking for a raise, thoughts on pay raise. Hi, I hope this email finds you in good spirits, sipping on a cup of gold flake coffee while reclining on your ergonomic throne. It's interesting. Okay, so this is the first part. Great. So we get a writing assistant to write different things for us. Would you like to generate more content? Let's say yes. Let's generate a tweet. Answer topic, LLM, future of LLMs. Let's say uh, professional. Actually, let's say funny. No additional context. Should go under tweet. The future of large language models, they'll do your taxes, plan your vacations, and finish reading the book you've been pretending to finish for 3 years. Next stop, replacing pet parrots for guilt-free gossip. Okay, it's not so bad. Okay, so this is what we have. But now we want to create an evaluation system for these, meaning when we write something, we want multiple agents evaluated based on different criterias. and hopefully pass all those evaluations back to the model. So therefore, the model will take those into consideration and rewrite it. So let's actually continue with the chat, and then we'll go to Composer to maybe split the evaluation part into a different file. But this is also going to be a part of my 1000x course. So let's make it better by copying this and renaming the file to writing assist with eval, let's say, so we can go, so we can users who download this can see the progression. So one, and then this is the second one we're going to be working on. Let's update the, actually we can create a new chat, right? And it's going to refer to the newer file. By the way, uh, if you're interested in my other content and my 1000x cursor course, you can find it through my website, echohive.live. Just click on this link, it'll take you there. But let's continue on this. So now we have created a new file, which we're going to make additions to, and we'll still be working on the chat. So let's say, now what we'd like to do is introduce some evaluation agents using the same API structure with structured outputs. Let's have 9 different agents, or actually, let's have 3 different agents, each with a different aspect to evaluate the written text on, and then pass this evaluation back to the model. Actually, you know what? Let's just leave it as here, expect to evaluate the text on. Okay, let's not say that we're going to pass the evaluation. Maybe we'll do that iteratively. But we should say, please save the evaluation results to JSON files, properly organized. All right, let's do this now. Now, the thing is, right, the new cloud is a bit lazy, but it works well with the apply because it's actually almost like a match made in heaven. Evaluation score. See, okay, we're creating a new Python model, score, reasoning, and suggestions. All right. For example, evaluate clarity and readability, how engaging and compelling, evaluate how well the content maintains the intended tone. So all right. So we need to apply these. So let's quickly apply. It's an instant apply, so that's good. Let's apply to the writing assistant only. Yeah, yesterday the apply was working a little bit faster. Nevertheless, we're going to apply these, and as you can see, we will be able to split these evaluating agents into different, like, maybe we'll be able to build different evaluating agents for different tasks as well. Let's accept this, but we forgot to mention that evaluating agents should evaluate in parallel, not in a sequential format. Oh, evaluating agents should evaluate in parallel. Let's say that, forgot to mention it. And let me zoom out a little bit so I can read it better. Okay, we're going to use async IO. That's good. System prompts are now being separated for clarity, engagement, tone, consistency. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's apply this to the content evaluator. I think I already did it. That's good. Let's apply this to writing assistant. I guess maybe applying to the end of the files take a little longer. I mean, the latest Sonnet is so good that I usually, it hard, I don't count my word, don't quote me on this, but it's just very good. Like, Usually it doesn't require so much review, but of course you should review, making sure that everything is working as intended. Okay, so let's actually delete this generated content to see if the folder structure has changed. It shouldn't have. Let's also say, please add print statements. Let's use voice. So I'm, by the way, I'm on Windows, so I'm using Windows Voice Assist. As you can see here, this is the icon, and I just have it wake up based on I just hooked it up to my one of my buttons on my Logitech mouse. Anyway, can you please add informative print statements every step of the way to inform the user of what is taking place? All right, let's do that as well. So this should cover. Okay, let's apply this. Apply to content evaluator. Hmm, interesting. Last night, apply was working so much faster. It was incredible. Wish it was as fast now. Hopefully, I mean, this stuff's just gonna get faster anyway. Writing assistant, apply it to there, so we can see what's going on the terminal. So we built a writing assistant with 3 evaluator agents. As you can see, our file is getting longer. Once we're happy, we can let's make sure everything's working just fine. And then we can split it into multi-file pieces, perhaps. Oh, and Cursor, the new Sonnet is very good with making these little emojis and stuff too. Makes it come alive a little bit. All right. But our purpose is to get writer assistant with evaluation. So let's see what happens. So let's say we want to write a tweet. Okay, enter topic future of LLMs. Funny, no additional context. So generating tweet, crafting content, generated content has been starting parallel content evaluation, evaluating clarity, evaluating engagement. I don't think this is happening in parallel, so we'll have to fix that. Here are the results, evaluations. So, for example, we can read it both from the JSON file and also here. So it said clarity is 8, tweet is generally clear. We want to move the reasoning ahead of the score, I feel like. Engagement 7, the content is engaging. What is the tweet? Clarity 8, engagement 7, suggestions. Provides the suggestions. And after that, that's it. Okay, we only get the evaluation, and the evaluation has been saved. This is a tweet. Just heard AI's next upgrade is low-level magic. Apparently, they'll be soon able to not only suggest a perfect meme, but also magically predict your craving for pizza at 3 a.m. Anyway, so we are evaluating, but we are not evaluating in parallel. Let's ask actually, are we evaluating in parallel simultaneously? Because I don't think so. Didn't feel like it. If we were to truly run in parallel, yeah, async.io.gather. Yeah, it used async.io, but unless you use gather, async.io can still execute in sequentially. So we're gonna fix that, apply that, except yeah, now it's gonna create tasks. See, before we're just creating, it was still using the test values, but okay.